Hi YouTube, what's going on? My name is Mr. Young and welcome back to another episode of the Startup Starter Kit. So I've been doing a few videos on finances and how to manage the finances for your small business. And today we're going to be starting our marketing unit. Why marketing is so important, what marketing really is, and some of the basic fundamentals and definitions you need to know about marketing. Let's get started. Marketing is one of my favorite topics about business and some of the first fundamental things that you should do when you first start your business. A lot of it's related to customers, how you get customers, how you manage those client relations, and marketing can help to improve the brand value of the business and also get more customers for your business. So in the first few episodes of marketing, I've got a lot of PowerPoints to share with you. So I'm going to be in a little bit of the corner down here. And I'm just going to share with you some notes that I use to teach to my students about marketing. Because marketing is an essential core part of a business. And it's important to understand the role of marketing in the business and how it can add value to your business. Okay, so let's go to that transition. First of all, I just want to say a quick thank you and a shout out to those who have been supporting my channel, watching my videos. You mean the world to me. So I just wanted to share what marketing is and the fundamentals of marketing and why it's important for a business. So I'm going to be doing plenty of videos to help you to start your own dream business. So marketing is an umbrella term. It includes things like creating value for customers, delivering, communicating value, and we do things like public relations, promotions, and sales advertising, and we're trying to get people to buy products and services. Just because you bake cakes or you make these special arts and crafts doesn't mean that people are going to buy it right away. So you have to do these marketing activities to encourage people to buy your products. So what I see a lot of people doing now is maybe to get influencers on social media and get them to promote your products. That's all marketing. Posting on social media, search engine optimization, all of these activities are falling into two roles of marketing. You want to sell the products and services that you have, and you also want to manage the brand and the reputation of the business. For example, I'm not sure, but maybe some of you know this company named Tiffany. Tiffany is worth millions and billions of dollars, but a lot of the value of the business is associated with its brand. That special color, Tiffany blue, it's actually trademarked and copyrighted. So you can't use that color unless you have Tiffany's permission. Just a little bit of a fun fact. So what is the difference between marketing and advertising and how are they related or separate? So marketing encompasses other things like advertising, promotion, and PR, and it's a long-term strategy about how you're going to get customers to your business and how you're going to create value. Remember, in any marketplace or competition, there's a lot of other places to buy similar products and services, much like a restaurant. There's probably hundreds of restaurants where I live in my city, so there's probably a lot of places to go. So why should they pick you? You have to provide a product or service, and you have to be able to communicate the benefits over the cost. People are concerned with value. They want great value for their products and services, and marketing's role is to communicate that value to the customers. Advertising is just a subsection of marketing. Advertising is you're building awareness to your customers, potential customers, and you do things like you put ads in newspapers, magazines, social media, you run campaigns, and all of these things are part of marketing. So anything you do to create value for your customers and to communicate that value is marketing. So it plays an integral role, and it's one of the first things you should do when you start your small business. So here are some of the reasons that we need marketing and why it's relevant. First, marketing helps to identify target markets. So I tell future entrepreneurs and potential entrepreneurs, one of the first things you should do when you have a business idea, you need to test it. You really need to do surveys, market research, and you're going to use this data to validate your business. For example, what price should I charge my products and services? All of this data comes through market research, and that's a subsection of marketing. And we want to build positive client relationships by understanding needs and wants. So it's important that we do things like Google and Microsoft Forms to find out what the needs and wants are of our potential target markets and how we're able to best meet those needs and wants. We also want to inform customers of our products by establishing brand presence, generating buzz, and getting the customer's attention through campaigns and social media and other promotional campaigns. So it's really about you developing a product or service and how you're going to get people to be really enticed to buy your products and services. So that's why marketing is really important. And there's actually marketers for businesses and separate marketing departments because it plays such an integral role in your business. I just want to hammer in this point that marketing is about understanding your customers and providing products and services that are going to satisfy your customers' needs, wants, and demands as well. Products can be differentiated based on where they satisfy needs or wants. So as marketers, it's important to understand where your product or service lies. So this can help you to maximize your sales, understand your customers better in terms of what they need, and you can also target specific people. I made a special video on target markets and segmentation, so it might be handy to watch this video as well. So needs, wants, and demand. It's one of the first things that I teach my marketing students. So if you sell a need like water or necessities or food, you don't really have to do much advertising or marketing, but you do have to manage your brand because people are already going to buy needs. So it's mainly about choosing product A or product B and the benefits of product A or product B. Wants are a little bit trickier because they're not necessary, but they're nice to have. So the advertising is going to be a little bit different than if it was going to be a need. And demands are wants for specific products. So you have a premium product and you try to sell it, and you're going to develop your customer's propensity to buy by really nice advertising, and you're going to create this demand for the product. So needs are necessities, wants are not necessary but they're nice to have, like travel. And demands are wants for specific products and needs, like a BMW or a Lexus. So as a marketer, you have to understand where your product lies, and this is going to influence the way you advertise and promote your product. So I'm just going to do a quick brief history of marketing, and then we're going to wrap up this lesson on an introduction to marketing. So when marketing first started out, there actually wasn't really a marketing department, because in the 1920s and 1930s, when business started to take shape, very little thought's given to marketing. The focus is on manufacturing, producing goods for as cheap as possible. So the idea here is that as long as you make it, people will buy it. Just concentrate on producing things for as cheap as possible, produce a lot, and if you charge a cheap price, people will buy it. I'm going to show you a little bit of a video of a company that adopted this philosophy and also explain why this philosophy was also flawed. A perfect embodiment of this production orientation is a company that you may be familiar with. Ford is a car manufacturing company, and in the early 20th century they produced many cars, but the first mass-produced car they produced is called the Ford Model T. The Ford Model T satisfied many customer needs and wants at the time. It was low cost, easy to manufacture, easy to produce, they had assembly lines, and it was the first car that was mass-produced to the American households. It became very popular, and for the first time, households could purchase an automobile for their own personal use. Here are some other reasons it became successful. The automation allowed it to make things faster and cheaper, they had assembly lines, and rather than making multiple cars, they mass-produced one specific car. And this was the same design, same look, and rather than producing a whole different bunch of cars, they just focused on one. And this was the reason they were able to produce so many. I believe they produced millions of cars, and over half the cars at one point in North America were actually Ford Model Ts. So it became a very popular car and readily accessible to the American household. But the success of the Ford Model T only lasted for about 20 years, and then there were newer models of the car. One of the downsides of the Ford Model T was that you could only get the car in black, and that was Henry Ford's philosophy of making one car for one style and one size fits all philosophy, which didn't go over well with the American consumers. And As you can see in this newer model, the Model A, it's in red and there are other colors and there's new technology in there. So eventually over time, businesses will adapt to cater to customer needs and wants and demands. So you see now that the philosophy is changing a little bit. Before, business owners thought that as long as you were able to produce it, this means that customers will buy it. And that's not always the case because maybe people don't like black cars because they have different tastes and preferences. So we have the sales orientation now. And now that there's a lot of competition, technological advances, this means that it's becoming hard to compete. And you have a big supply of products and you have to try to sell as much as possible. So now we're starting to get some more promotional tactics because you have all these sellers, a lot of competition. You can't just put your product out to the market and expect that people will buy it. So now you have to incorporate promotional tactics, sales, and discounts to entice people to buy your products. And this is where the concept of marketing really starts to take shape. And this becomes really important in the next orientation. In this marketing orientation, companies and actual departments are focused solely on marketing. And you have the introduction of competitive analysis and understanding that you have to look at the entire marketplace, see what the customers want, what they need, and where you fit in the marketplace. And this is the fundamental philosophy of the marketing orientation. So now you're thinking about aligning customer needs, wants, and what they really desire with your organizational strategy. So customer satisfaction is really important. We really need to create products or services that are in demand. And you're also looking at marketing strategies, not just solely related to the newspaper, but on TV and radio, and they're really trying to get the word out because marketing is trying to focus on building and sustaining customer relationships. The next two phases are quite interesting and still present today. In the 1970s, societal marketing starts to take place, and this is where you have to be responsible to the citizens and you're focusing on long-term benefits to society. You're focusing on products and services that are good for the environment, health conscious, and this helps to establish a holistic brand presence. Nowadays, many customers are driven by socially conscious products, such as products focused in the Black Lives Matters movement. And online marketing has really taken off. In the mid-1990s, when the websites start to take place and people start to shop online, e-commerce revolutionizes the industry. And I bet you a lot of your friends and your family and even you have bought things online. E-commerce takes place and it allows for better targeting, segmentation, because we have data, we have user analytics, and this allows us to place targeted ads. It allows us to better reach our customers, and we have limitless marketing opportunities. Because so many of these social media networks are collecting data, this makes it really easy for them to place targeted ads, and the possibilities of selling and promoting online are endless with social media. But keep in mind, this also makes it challenging to sell online because you have a lot of competitors and a lot of sellers moving to social media and moving online. So this is something to take into account, but online marketing is really starting to take place. And having an online presence is really going to help your business thrive and be successful. So modern strategies now include social media, search engine optimization, and email lists as well. So here are some things that I want you to take away from this video. Marketing is really important. It's one of the first things that you need to do when you set up your small business. You have to identify your target markets, do market research, and you have to be able to find out what your customers need and want so you can start to develop and build positive client relationships. So now that you're looking at your target market, you're trying to build your customer base, then you can inform them of your products and offerings, generate media, buzz, brand presence, and then you start to do things like social media and you put ads and you try to build some campaigns to drive awareness of your companies and your businesses. And marketing is really important because marketing focuses on the customers, developing customer relationships, trying to get customers to be interested in your products, and you're also trying to build engagement and to encourage people to buy your products. So you're really looking at your company as a whole, figuring out what your customers need and want, encouraging them to buy your products, and to build good brand presence and brand value. So I'm really excited for the future marketing videos that I'm going to put out, but I hope this was helpful in getting you to understand what marketing is and its value in a business. So I hope that you continue to check out my videos. I have a lot of videos out for the Starter Kit. So make sure to like, subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. So stay tuned for some more videos, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye-bye.